Alright guys, I am on with taking things out of here. First thing I noticed that was slightly strange is this radiator right here only had this very small amount of fluid in. Bearing in mind, that was full, so that's like, I don't know, half a litre, and then that is all that came out of there. So yeah, there wasn't enough water in there, and this little baby, this little sensor controls the air fuel ratio. Don't want to bore you, pretty important, and it's loose. So if that wasn't doing things correctly, there wasn't enough coolant in there, it could have been cooked, or the air fuel ratio could have been that far out because of the sensor. Just I'm not surprised this thing's dead, honestly, but this is now off. Oh baby, just look at it. And yeah, that sensor, cable tied up. Yeah boys, this is what we're working with. I will update you on the next dodgy thing I find. Alright, so I've taken all the coolant pipes off all those red hoses, because everything that I can sell off this is just going to go straight back into the build. So I'm moving over here now. I'm going to get the battery and all that out of the way. But another thing, not ideal. I swear I didn't loosen that. So yeah, that's going to come out. I mean, even these washer jet pipes, the rear one's not even connected because the spoiler stops that from happening, so that can go. And this one, you can like tuck these within the bonnet and behind there. And I'm about to show you. There you go, they're all tucked in nice and neatly, and it just makes more stuff not in the way, which is good. So we can move on next, and really we're pretty much going to just pull the engine out now. Disconnected all the power cables, all this stuff, engine loom. So really all I need to do now is undo the manifold, and then yeah, really start taking the mounts and stuff off and drop this out or lift it up. I'm not sure which way we're going to do it yet. Time to see what this thing looks like underneath. This is either going to be a happy moment or a extremely sad moment. Which one will it be? Alright, so kind of on first glance, everything looks kind of okay. Like, body panels here are alright. There has been a repair here near this jacket point. You guys can see on there, and then round up that side. That's been repaired at some point. So I might strip some of this gunk back and then just have a better look at it. But other than that, I mean, I think it looks alright. This side's been repaired as well. I mean, there was an invoice in the car when I got it saying that the arches and these sills have been repaired. But
telltale giveaway when it's on the
yeah, someone's just blabbing this up. But to be fair, yeah, we need to take them plastic covers off and then have a good look, and hopefully everything will be fine underneath. I saw pictures with them off on the guy that sold it to me, and they looked all freshly painted, so I don't think we've got any worries there. All back here looks alright. The boot floor surprisingly looks like, because normally these are rusted. Even in my Integra, that was rusted through. Yeah, I think to be fair what I'll do is take all wheels off. I'll take all the plastic trims off, exhaust's coming off anyway, engine's coming out, and I'm going to try and clean it all up best I can over a few days, get it really clear, and then I might coat it again, or I don't know, I'll decide when I get to it. But for now guys, this is looking good. The EG is a little honey. Alright, so plenty of progress. All I've got to do now is undo this mount here and this mount there. There was one going that way, that's off and gone. That back one's undone, so she's a bit of a rocker now. Fuel line's off. Power steering stuff's off, manifold's off, everything's off. I've even done the linkages. So now I need to get the engine crane to hold the weight while we pull these two pins out, and then that should be it. This engine should be out of here. Alright, so the engine is out of here. Now I'm going to do a few jobs that I want to do just to tidy up the engine bay, make it look fresh, nice and all that sort of stuff. First thing I'm going to do is remove all of the brake lines out of the entire car, because this looks awful and it's quite old. I'm even going to redo the brake flexes because some guys decided to paint them gold. So yeah, so I'm going to renew them because I don't know how old they are. They could be original, so they could be nearly 30-year-old. So that's getting all removed. The fuel lines I've already chopped off because I need to make new fuel lines from back to front. So I'm going to get some braided and Teflon coated line for that. But once that's out of the way, the brake sort of stuff's out of the way, I'm probably going to weld up some of these holes. And then I'm going to clean the engine bay down, wire brush it all down, and then I'm going to give it a lick of paint just so it tidies it up a little bit. With the Kswap, I'm pretty sure I need to drill out the spot welds and take that mount completely out for the new one. So I'm going to have to do that as well. The only other thing I'm going to need to sort of source or sort out is the hydraulic power steering. Obviously the pump was on this side with that engine, but it's going to be over here with it's going to be like a DC5 pump. So I'm going to have to take this off, and I think it's one of these two, but I'm going to have to make a custom line for that to reach, and then for this one that goes to the reservoir, I'm going to have to sort all that out as well. So there's just loads of little niggly jobs that need doing just to make all this work properly, but it comes with the territory when you're changing an engine. So let's get on with it and see what she looks like after all this mess is cleaned up. And the EG is clean. I didn't want to do anything else until I gave this thing at least a bit of a jet wash off. This thing was absolutely filthy, and it's really come out nice in this fresh pink colour. But it doesn't matter, it's all getting painted. All the brake lines are off, and I've just cut everything off around the bottom because it's all getting replaced. And then I'm going to start chipping away at some of these little bits and pieces in the engine bay, and yeah, weld up all these holes, and then I'm going to get it painted so it looks brand new. We have a parts delivery. In the micro, we have another engine. This bad boy is a twin engine for the day. Fits in just right. It was quite funny driving the micro. It felt like I was literally driving with an anchor behind me. This thing does not like having an engine in there, but we've got a load of other goodies in there, so I'm going to get it all out now, line it all up, and see what we've got. Alright guys, so I've got quite a lot of the parts here already. Engine, drive shafts, mounts, radiator pipes. Flywheel, that's actually off the, I think it's a facelift EP3, so they come lightened from factory, which is quite good. Another good thing about this engine, it's got the hydraulic pump on it, which is really good because I'm going to make some lines off this hydraulic rack, so that's all usable. Probably going to get rid of the aircon pump and the intake manifold and the exhaust, so a lot of things still to change and do. I have actually bought a gearbox as well, it's on the way, and I've also got all the braided lines, so I'm just waiting for them to be delivered, but everything else is pretty much ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the mounts in, sit the engine in on the mounts because I've got to cut this piece out, and once it's all sat in and I like how it's sitting and everything's bolted in, I'm then going to take the engine back out, and then I'm going to weld up all these holes and stuff, and then give it a good lick of paint, and then put the engine back in again. But progress is good. I mean, 2 weeks. You know, I'm only doing this sort of in between my full-time job as well as looking after the family life side of things. So I'm only getting like an hour a night, an hour here or there, and this is a weekend, and I don't want to spend too much time here. I want to go home and go out for a day with the family. But so I'm only, you know, getting on this as and when I can, but when I do, I just try and get things done as quick as I can. But I'll probably update you guys every 2 weeks. I'll do a car video, computer stuff, and then car again. So next 2 weeks you'll see another update video, but this is where we are so far. So in 2 weeks, hopefully, I'll have the engine in and the bay painted. But we'll see how it goes. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next upload. And yeah, we'll see how this goes.